Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to our beloved lecturer, Associate Professor Dr. Nuraiza Awang, and to all my friends. Today, my friends and I will present the factors encourage individuals to pay zakat in Baling, Kedah. Before we start our presentation, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Nazariatul Shima binti Karusaleh.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Hanisa binti Roslan Ahmad.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syafini binti Muhammad Suraya.
My name is Nurul Azariza binti Muhammad Ali.
Zakat is one of the 5 pillars in Islam. It is an obligation to all Muslims to pay zakat. It already mentioned in the Al-Quran and Hadith about the obligation to Muslims to pay the zakat on wealth. Zakat is important as it will purify the soul and heart of Muslims, abolish poverty from the society, as the rich will pay the zakat to the poor, and create brotherhood between the rich and the poor, to avoid the poor from have a jealous feeling to the rich people.
There are 4 main objectives in this case study. Firstly, to study about the quality level of services provided by Zakat organisation and its effectiveness. Second is to find out whether the method used for zakat payment is convenient and appropriate. Third is to identify the relationship between self-satisfaction with zakat payment among Muslims. And lastly, to study the influence of information and knowledge in Islamic religiosity on the intention to pay zakat among villagers in Baling, Kedah.
Next, I will be presenting about the methodology. For this case study, our group constructed a questionnaire by using online Google Form. After that, the questionnaire were distributed to various social media such as WhatsApp, Facebook, and Twitter. The questionnaire was divided into 2 sections, Section A and Section B. Section A consists of 4 demographic variables, which are gender, age, occupation, and monthly income, while Section B consists of 4 statements based on the 4-factor analysis. The statement in Section B was presented with a 4-point Likert scale, so the respondent have to indicate their level of agreement based on the 4-point Likert scale, which consists of strongly disagree, disagree, agree, and strongly agree. Our respondents are individuals more than 25 years old who live in Baling, Kedah, which is the random sample size of 40 individuals were taken. Next, I will proceed to findings of demographic data. There are 4 demographic variables that were asked in the survey, which are gender, age, occupation, and also monthly income. This information were necessary and relevant to determine the demographic effect on the factor encourage individuals to pay zakat among residents in Baling, Kedah. So, the first data is gender. Based on the pie chart shown, out of 40 respondents, 47.5% are male, while the remaining 52.5% are female. This shows that more than half individuals that paying their zakat on income at Baling, Kedah are from female compared to male. The second demographic data is age. Based on the pie chart shown, out of 40 respondents, majority individuals that paying their zakat on income is from age between 19 to 30 years old, with percentage of 62.5%. The second most is from two range of ages, which is from age between 31 to 50 years old and age above 50 years old that have equal percentage of 17.5%. Meanwhile, the remaining 2.5% are from age below than 18 years old. The third demographic data is occupation. For occupation data, we divided into 5 categories of occupation. The first category is from government sector. The second category is from services sector. Next is self-employed individuals. Fourth is from industries and manufacturing sector. And the last category is sector other than we mentioned just now. Based on the pie chart shown, out of 40 respondents, majority individual that paying their income is from government sector with percentage of 27.5%. The second most is from two types of occupation, which are from services and others with an equal percentage of 20% respectively. There were also 17.5% respondents that work in industrial or manufacturing sector. Meanwhile, the remaining 15% of respondents who are self-employed. The last demographic data is level of income. Based on the pie chart shown, out of 40 respondents, there are 47.5% respondents who earn income from range between 3,001 ringgit to 4,500 ringgit. There are 22.5% of respondents that earn income between 1,501 ringgit to 3,000 ringgit monthly, while 20% out of the respondents has income below 1,500 ringgit. The remaining 10% has income range between 4,501 ringgit to 6,000 ringgit monthly. However, none of the respondents has an income above 6,000 ringgit.
Next is factors encourage individuals to pay zakat in Baling, Kedah. The first factor is organizational factor. This is the organizational bar chart that we can conclude from the question A. From the 40 respondents in Baling, Kedah, the first one is, I am confident Zakat Collection Centre will professionally manage the zakat. 23 respondents agree with this statement, while 17 respondents strongly agree with this statement. The second statement is, I believe the staff of the Zakat Collection Centre will do their job with integrity and honesty. One respondent disagree with this statement, and 26 agree with this statement, while 13 respondents strongly agree with this statement. The third statement is, I believe the existence of Zakat Collection Centre will decrease the rate of poverty. 3 respondents disagree with this statement, 14 is agree with this statement, and 23 respondents strongly agree with this statement. The fourth statement is, I choose to pay zakat by salary deduction if my company provide salary deduction facility. 3 of the respondents disagree with this statement, 18 agree with this statement, and 19 respondents out of 40 strongly agree with this statement. This table shows the summary of the response from the 40 respondents in Baling, Kedah for the first factor, which is the organizational factor. The first item is, I am confident Zakat Collection Center will professionally manage the Zakat. From this statement, 57.5% agree and 42.5% strongly agree with this statement. For the second statement, I believe the staff of the Zakat Collection Center will do their job with integrity and honesty. From this statement, only 2.5% disagree and 65%, which is the highest, agree with this statement, and 32.5% strongly agree with this statement. The third is, I believe the existence of Zakat Collection Center will decrease the rate of poverty. From this statement, the highest percentage is 57.5%, which is the respondents strongly agree with this statement, and only 7.5% disagree with this statement. The fourth is, I choose to pay zakat by salary deduction if my company provides salary deduction facility. From this statement, the highest percentage is the respondents strongly agree, which is 47.5% with this statement, and only 7.5% respondents disagree with this statement, which is 3 out of 40 respondents.
The second factor that was analysed is convenience factor. This bar chart is represent the result of our findings on the convenience factor. These tables are summarization of our findings that was shown from the previous slide. The first statement is, I find that Zakat counter services are efficient. Out of 40 respondents, majority respondents agrees with the statement with percentage of 75%, while 7 respondents choose strongly agree with percentage of 17.5%. However, there are 3 respondents with percentage of 7.5% disagree with the statement as they find that Zakat counter services are not efficient. The second statement is, I prefer paying Zakat using online. Majority respondents, which is 24 respondents with percentage of 60%, agree, and 8 respondents with percentage of 20% strongly agree with the statement. However, there are 8 respondents with percentage of 20% disagree with the statement. They more prefer to pay zakat by physically. The third statement is, I find that zakat counter services easily found. Majority respondents also agree with percentage of 70%. 17.5% choose strongly agree, while 12.5% disagree. The last statement is, I find that zakat agents are easily reachable. There are 72.5% of respondents agree, 17.5% strongly agree, 7.5% disagree, and 2.5% strongly disagree with the statement.
The third factor that encourages residents in Baling, Kedah to pay zakat is self-satisfaction. They are individually satisfied from the act of giving zakat. The item relate to self-satisfaction factor are them a socially responsible person, are them happy to pay zakat, are them a generous person, and are them like to be an exemplary. From the survey of 40 residents in Baling, Kedah, 62.5%, which is 25 residents, agree that they are a socially responsible person, when 27.5%, which is 15 residents, strongly agree that they are a socially responsible person. Besides, 47.5%, which is 19 residents, agree that they are happy to pay zakat, while 52.5%, which is 21 residents, strongly agree that they are happy to pay zakat. Moreover, 70%, which is 28 residents, agree that they are a generous person and like to be an exemplary, while 30%, which is 12 residents, strongly agree that they are a generous person and like to be an exemplary. On the other hand, we can see that no one residents in Baling Kedah disagree or strongly disagree with the item related to self-satisfaction. This shows that residents in Baling Kedah are very satisfied with their act of giving zakat. They are not feeling forced to pay the zakat.
Fourth factor is information. Is bar chart for information factor. So for the first bar show that whether the residents in Baling Kedah receive full information on zakat payment from time to time. Second, whether the residents in Baling Kedah know that paying zakat is obligatory in Islam. Third, whether the residents in Baling Kedah know who is responsible for collecting zakat and to whom they should give it. And last is whether the residents in Baling Kedah know that there is information about zakat payment in their area of residence. So this is summary from our bar chart. So firstly, most of the respondents agreed that they receive full information about zakat payment from time to time, and only 3 out of 40 respondents, which is 7.5%, disagreed. So this indicates that there are still residents who do not receive full information on zakat payment. So second, all respondents agreed that they were aware of the obligation to pay zakat in Islam. And third, only 2 out of 40 respondents, which is 5%, disagreed that they knew who was responsible for collecting zakat and to whom it should be given. And lastly, most of respondents, which is 92.5%, agreed that there are information about zakat payments in their area of residence. So to be concludes that zakat collection and distribution need to be efficient, effective and transparent in its administration in order to instill high public confidence so that the amount of zakat collected increase. So from this survey, we can conclude that firstly, zakat organisation must serve its purpose on as collecting and distributing zakat so that individuals will have confidence to pay zakat to the organisation, as they believe the zakat payment paid by them will go to the right beneficiaries. So that when the quality level of services provided by zakat organisation is good, individual also will believe that the zakat organisation will work effectively. So this will encourage individual to pay zakat. Second is convenient. Actually, convenience factors plays an important role in encouraging people to pay zakat on their income. This is because if they feel that paying zakat is inconvenient, they will see zakat as a burden. So they will look down, ignore and disregard this duty. Therefore, all the convenience provided by the zakat collection practice will affect the encouragement of individuals to pay zakat. Third is self-satisfaction. So based on this finding, it can be concluded that residents in Baling Kedah are individually satisfied from the act of giving zakat. So also individual pay zakat not only because of religious factors such as level of iman and belief, but also because of satisfaction received from performing the activity, not only for oneself but for the happiness of others as well. Lastly is about information. Actually, people are still less aware of the importance of zakat. This is because there are some Muslims who do not receive any information about the payment of zakat, but they use it as excuse not to pay zakat. And in fact, there are Muslim communities still confused about the concept of zakat itself. Even if they know about it, the amount of zakat collected is still at a low level.
The last one is recommendations. First is organization. Zakat organization must hire an integrity and honest staff to make sure the Zakat organization will professionally manage the Zakat. It is important to make sure individuals believe the Zakat organization will distribute the Zakat to the act beneficiaries. Next is convenient, increases facilities and services. The Zakat organization can increase its facilities in the online platform. The Zakat organization must make sure the online platform is user-friendly for the Zakat payers to pay the Zakat easily. Next is self-satisfaction. The organization can organize religious programs to educate Muslims to do good and give benefit to the people around. In addition, it can organize community programs to help the Muslim community unite, help one another, and not be selfish. The last one is information factor. The relevant parties should inform Muslims about the concept or philosophy of zakat. For example, give religious talks either through the mass media or direct face-to-face lecture. Zakat awareness programs and other aggressive promotions should be mobilized in a comprehensive manner so that the message of obligatory responsibility reaches the community from time to time. That's all from us. Thank you.